Hi everybody, I'm E, and this is blog number 5. So, I just want to talk about what's happened the last few weeks. One, I got sick. I got really sick with this really bad cough, and I still sort of have it, but it's a little better now. So, I can finally start vlogging again. Halloween happened last Wednesday, and it really sucked that Halloween was on a Wednesday. There weren't big parties or anything. Like, Halloween parties are like the best parties I ever have. That's why I love it so much. And people dress up and they all look awesome. They talk about their costumes and their character and everything. And seriously, Halloween is like my Christmas. And seeing people dress up is like opening presents. And so when people dress up, I'm really just happy about it. And when people don't, it's like, come on, you can only be like doing this for so long. I think people should be dressing up for Halloween. Everyone should dress up for Halloween and, act out a cool character and have fun with it. Even if it's just a small thing too, but I know a lot of people are busy and they have a lot of things they have to do. People have work, people have school. Um, at school, some friends dressed up, some of my classmates dressed up, so that was really cool, and I was really happy about that. Um, we didn't really have a party this year. There's always a party, and so there wasn't really an event that I could wear my costume to. And if you haven't seen my costume, I made a video of the gun making process. I was only able to take pictures because we were pretty busy, and I tried to take pictures when I could, and I made a little slideshow video that you can see and check out. It's in my channel, and that was a lot of fun to make. It took us 2 days to make it. First day to like assemble everything, glue it, make sure everything is tight and you know in place. Tons of duct tape, uh, and it was cool. And then we waited for it to dry the next day, and the next day we added some details to it and added a little more texture to it. And yeah, and it turned out really good, and it's probably one of our better props that we've ever made, my friend Brett and I. Um, an idea that came to mind is that we only do this during Halloween, where we have like barely any time, or we have time but we just don't do anything until the last minute. And I'm like, Brett, we gotta make something now. And we always like rush and put everything together at the last minute. Well, an idea I thought would be really cool is if we just made props whenever. So just like any kind of video game prop, any kind of video game gun or weapon or something cool, we would try to make it. I actually haven't even brought this up with him yet. I should tell him, but I think he'd be up for it because he's into doing stuff like that anyway. It's a lot of fun, basically. So instead of having a last minute, we'll just come up with our own deadlines and make these things for fun. Why not? I need a bunch of crappy weapons. No, they're not crappy. They're fun. They're props. They're not supposed to be the real thing, but they're close enough. Um, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. We made this Thunder Dragon gun, and yeah, I had fun rolling down my hallway with it on, and I had the roller skates. I thought I was gonna die. I was scared because I hadn't been on roller skates for like 8 years maybe, and I had inline skates. I've never had like skates, like the old disco skates with the 4 wheels, like the two on each side. I've never tried those before. They're probably easier, but I don't know. It took me a while to get used to it, but I did, and it was pretty fun rolling down the hallway like that with a giant gun in my arm. But yeah, that was really fun, and I got to face paint a couple of people too, which I was glad because I had at least like 3 or 4 people who were gonna um, be painted by me, um, and they kind of dropped out at the last minute. I was a little bummed because I did want to do some face paints, and I wanted them to give me like things that I never painted before and just go for it, and it'd be a nice test on painting things. And yeah, that didn't really happen, but then like later in the night I met up with a friend of mine and she wanted to be a fairy, and I ended up painting her face kind of like forest fairy kind of thing, because she had these wings that were made out of like, they look like leaves, these green leaves, and it's very pretty. We went to this small get-together at another friend's house, and I met this girl who was a cowboy, but she didn't want to match up with another friend who was also dressed as a cowboy. So she was like, a cowgirl, I guess. And she was like, no, I'm not going to wear my costume. I'm like, no, you got to wear a costume. And she was wearing a skirt, like a black skirt, kind of like a tutu. And she was wearing, a black tank top. So she was wearing all black. And I thought, why don't we do Black Swan? And I'll paint her face like Black Swan. And we ended up doing that at the party, and painted her, and I ended up painting some mustaches, and it was fun. I did end up painting some people, so I'm glad I got to do that. And I got to prance around with a giant rocket launcher, even though it's not real. So that was a lot of fun. And that was basically my Halloween. That was it. Considering that people didn't really have time to put things together, there wasn't a big party or anything. It was more like the thing I went to was a small gathering, so it wasn't like anything huge, but it was still nice. It was pleasant. It was small. Hopefully next year there will be something bigger. Like I'm not much of a party person. I don't party very much, but when it comes to Halloween, that's where I come out. I'm just like, just have to be somewhere for Halloween. It's just that special day for me. So this Halloween, it was pretty simple, but I still enjoyed it, and it was nice, and I got to talk to some friends that I hadn't talked to in a while, and yeah, it was nice. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and that was my Halloween. How was yours? What did you dress up as? Because I'd love to know, and I think I'm gonna go on some cosplay websites right now and try to pick up some ideas, because I always leave these things at the last minute, and I gotta start planning ahead of time. So I'm gonna do that. Alright, well, thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye.